Lesson 11.6, surface area and volume of a sphere. Now we have two formulas. Surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared, and for the volume of a sphere, it's 4/3 pi r cubed. All right, square for area, cube for volume. All right, now where do these particular formulas come from? We will not go into deriving these formulas because in order to do that, you need to know calculus. So that's sometime down the road for you guys. Example 1, find the surface area and the volume of the sphere. Leave the answer in terms of pi. Okay, so surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared, so it's going to be 7 squared. So it's 4 pi times 49. Then you have 4 times 49, which is 196 pi. And it's going to be centimeters squared. All right, done with that one. Now for volume. Volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. 4/3 pi. R is 7. And we're going to cube it. So 7 times 7 is 49. Times 7 is 343. All right, and 343 is not divisible by 3. So we're going to multiply 343 by 4, and we get 1,372. And we're going to write that over 3 with pi. And that's your volume. That's as much as we could simplify it by leaving it in terms of pi. And it's going to be centimeters cubed. Done. All right, let's move on to the next example. Find the radius of a sphere given the surface area. All right, here's the surface area. Here's the surface area formula. All right, so we have 4 pi. R is, we don't know. That's what we're trying to solve for. Surface area is 100 pi. All right, first thing I need to do is get r squared by itself, so I divide by 4 pi. Cancels out here. Pi's cancel. I get 25 is equal to r squared. Take the square root of both sides. R is equal to 5. You don't have to worry about the positive and negative case because you can only have a positive radius. All right, next problem. Find the radius of a sphere given the volume. Here's the volume. The volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. All right, let's plug the volume in. 36 pi is equal to 4/3 pi r cubed. All right, first thing I want to do is get rid of the fraction. So I multiply by 3 on both sides. All right, fraction's gone. I get 108 pi. It's equal to 4 pi r cubed. I'll divide by 4 pi. And 4 goes into 108 27 times. All right, now for getting rid of a square, you square root both sides. To get rid of a cube, you have to cube root both sides. This is the root. All right, so now you have to ask yourself, what number times itself is 27? That would be 3. Done. All right, find the surface area and the volume of the solid. Okay, what do we have here? We have half of a sphere. All right, so essentially I just need to figure out the top portion of a sphere, or the top half. But what many students fail to realize is that there's a bottom part to this figure. That's a circle, and you can touch that. So you have to include that in the surface area formula. So I'm finding half the surface area of a sphere, but I also have to add on the bottom circle, which is pi r squared. All right, so I have 2 pi r squared plus pi r squared. All right, those are actually like terms, so altogether I have 3 pi r squared. All right, and I'm going to have 3 pi, r is 5, so I have 3 pi times 25, so I have 75 pi. And that's my surface area, and it's inches squared. Done. For the volume, I have 4/3 pi r cubed for a whole sphere. But now I just want half of a sphere. So I multiply this formula by a half. So I end up with 4/6 pi r cubed, which reduces to 2/3 pi r cubed. And r is 5. So I end up with 2/3 pi times 125. And then you get 250 over 3 pi. That's the volume, and it's going to be inches cubed. Done. For example 4, find the surface area and volume of the solid. Leave your answer in terms of pi. All right, to figure out the surface area, I have how much of a sphere? I have half of a sphere. So half of 4 pi r squared plus the area or surface area for a cone. Now the surface area for a cone is pi r squared plus pi r L. Pi r squared is for the base. Can you touch the base? No, because there is a hemisphere or half of a sphere on top of it. So you're only using the lateral area portion to the formula, pi r L. All right, now we have everything we need to figure out the surface area of this figure. All right, so 4 pi r in this case is 6 plus pi r L, 6. And what is L going to be? Oh, they didn't give us L. We have to figure it out. So here I have 6, here I have 8. There's actually a Pythagorean triple in disguise. This is 2 times 3. This is 2 times 4. So this is going to be 2 times 5, which is 10. All right, so I have half of 4, which is 2. 2 times 36, 72 pi plus 60 pi. So that's 132 pi. There's your surface area, and it's going to be meters squared because of area. All right, don't forget to do the volume. Volume, in this case, is half of a sphere, so it's going to be half of 4/3 pi r cubed plus the volume of a cone, which is 1/3 area of the base times the height. Okay, so we have 2/3 pi r, r is 6 cubed, plus 1/3 area of the base is a circle, so it's pi r, which is 6 squared, times the height, which is 8. All right, make sure not to confuse the height of the cone with the slant height of the cone. So now I have 2/3 pi times 216 plus 1/3 36 pi times 8. All right, so I have 216 divided by 3. That's going to be 72. And 72 times 2 is 144. Then I have 1/3 of 36, which is 12. 12 times 8 is 96 pi. And I add these two together, and I get 240 pi. And it's going to be meters cubed. All right, there we go. Done. One last example. Find the volume of the cylinder not occupied by the sphere. Okay, so it's almost like we have a cylinder with a sphere cut out from inside of it. So we just want to find the remaining space after the space from the sphere has been cut out. So it's going to be volume of a cylinder minus the volume of a sphere. All right, now what is the volume of the cylinder? Well, it's area of base times the height. Volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. What's the area for the base? Well, the base is a circle, and the radius is 5, so it's going to be pi 5 squared. What's the height of the cylinder? Well, the radius for a sphere is 5 all around. So it's 5 in this direction, and it's 5 going up. So the diameter of the sphere, since the sphere fits in nicely into the cylinder, this is the height. So it's 5 plus 5, which is 10. Then you have 4/3 pi. And what's the radius once again? It's 5. Okay, so I have 25 times 10. I have 250 pi minus, and I have 5 cubed, which is 125, times 4, which is 500. And that's going to be over 3 pi. And I'm going to find a common denominator now. Multiply top and bottom by 3. So I have 750 pi over 3 minus 500 pi over 3. So I end up with 250 over 3 pi as my volume. That's all there is to it. Don't forget feet cubed. We are done. If there's anything you're confused with, please make sure to ask for help. Begin the assignment.